and
Yeah.
I a lot of needy males in that. Of course, come to my presence, the picture some of those journalists put in front page of their newspaper because I stood with a paper, Nigerian president, they snapped picture together and they put it, and gaining ground. Even in Imo State, that's in Imo State, right? Are you in Imo State?
Yeah, I'm in Imo
Friday.
State right now. Yeah, I'm in Imo State right now. I'm
Okay,
in the
right
local
now.
government
Because
now, Mr. Yeah.
a lot of people that got connected with TPP and registered in TPP right there.
Yeah.
So I am being now that TBC is about taking it. We need solid leadership
Yeah.
structure that will air our voice, give the admin we agreed on, not people will be dancing to the tone of the admin say, but people that will carry the voice from the people. We are looking at structure as a voice to the people who are the beneficiaries of it.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm saying that admin a kind of a tool, either in the web of the blog or in every wallet account. That every TB should go and vote. First of all, nominating for leaders from area. So if they ask us to do that, then at of course we'll be seeing the live election going on. So at the end of the day, we know those that we are committed. Then from each nation, we pick and vote for so that we know those that we in the privy council. Then if that is done, the next agenda will be privy council to decide how just not
Yeah,
just a
please.
coin having in
Yeah,
our
please.
wallet, in
Yeah,
our pocket.
yeah. Just repeat your question because the network hand your question on the air there. Just repeat your question.
Hello?
Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, just repeat your
That
question
was
because I didn't get you. I didn't get you initially because the network hang up.
okay. I
Repeat your
said
question.
let a
Yeah,
team allow for electronic pool
yeah,
for us to nominate leaders from various. Then let us vote for those we nominate. So after nomination, the voting, then we will not says those that we represent before the privy council.
yeah,
Let every nation even have their own privy. Then when that is done, the privy council, the global privy council,
yeah.
decide for us we can make this coin to become a quid coin, not just some we are just having value in our wallet without any value. So
Okay, yeah. Your question is very clear. Right now, for us to neutralize the value in TPC community, Number one, we don't need extra more knowledge or knowledge to make sure that we neutralize. It's just a little 10% of application into the knowledge we obtain. The TBC there is more than what we can ever imagine. Are you hearing me? Just like I told you that 2 billion US dollars is nothing to compare with what we have in a TBC wallet as far as we are concerned as TBC leaders. Do you get me right? Now, for us to make sure that we neutralize the TBC in our wallet to be good and we become the real billionaire and real millionaire in the world present now, we need to use some application of knowledge, that is wisdom. Now, the reason we need leadership, a good leader that who is very selfless and that he is not selfish, someone that is not after the money of the members, but every day thinking on how to do to make sure that TBC is being used. Right now, I'm very sure that by God's grace, I'm not going to give up until TBC become 100% used in this country. In my country, here is Nigeria. Then any other country that is closest to Nigeria can still come up with that 100% issue, because if Nigeria produce or manufacture goods and accept 100% TBC, those people buying it will also use TBC to buy those goods and resell it to 100% TBC. You get me right? Now, you will know that the exchange in TBC, the value of TBC will go automatic. I see that the meaning of TBC as an architect in TBC community, but it's not the builder. The builder are the leaders, and now that is why we need genuine leaders, leaders who are so focused, leaders who will be great in imagination and innovation. Do you get me right? Leaders that can think and create a lot of things. Leaders who will ever dream of making it in life to make sure that TBC community uh, is more valued than whatever any other community in the cryptocurrency space. Do you get me right? Now, let's think about this. I made mention of merchant in the TBC in the group there, in the private council group there. I made of mention of merchant. The reason I mention merchant, if actually we move into merchant, do you get me right? The moving into merchant would bring
Yeah.
automatic exchange in TBC community. Just take an instance now. If I'm Mr. A that is accepting TBC for my phones and phone accessories, I hear me, and I'm the one accepting TBC, and you know that currently we have not less than 3.3 million members plus currently, isn't it? And it happens that I keep on
3.4
promoting my
million.
goods, and yes, I keep on promoting my goods, and I discovered that before 1 month or 2 months, I've gotten thousands of customers that will be patronizing me in my business. While Mr. B, who is not accepting TBC, will be there waiting for real cash to come. Now, the goods that Mr. B is selling 5,000 naira, I'm selling it 2,500 naira for. Okay, let's use dollar, because I'm sure that most of the broadcasters here now are not Nigerians. Okay, if the goods Mr. B is selling is $10, I hear me. But for the fact that I accept TBC, 50% TBC, 50% cash, and I'm setting $5, then who is the person that will accommodate or obtain more customer than each other? Isn't that of Mr. A? You got me right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that will make Mr. B to bow. Mr. B will now ask Mr. A, what is the secret? Mr. A will introduce him to TBC, and Mr. A and Mr. B will start the merchant of 50% TBC, 50% cash. As gradual process, they will reach the extent of meeting the manufacturers or the producers of any of their goods or services. Take that me right. These people will now accept 50% TBC. So these people has the right to come back and accept 100% TBC or higher percent of TBC to less than percentage of cash, and you will discover that the exchange we are talking about will not be automatic, because if other members or the citizens of the country will see that, and they will embrace that to make sure that they shop more in TBC community and save more. Do you get me right? So the issue of them losing money in cash will not be there. Do you get me right? So in everything we are doing now, we need to focus on leadership. If actually we get a selfless leader, a leader who is focused and who cares about the growth of TBC, I think leadership is one of the indispensable factor we need in TBC community right now all over the world. No matter how that person may be, whether he's educated or not. You get me right. Leadership is a life. It's not an appointment. You get me right. So leadership
Yeah.
is so we need right now in TBC community to strategize on how to make sure that TBC is valued, and the value of a TBC
Okay.
in a TBC wallet is well recommended for the world to embrace. So, any other question?
That's what. Let me really get you from what you are saying. You
Yeah.
said something about how to make sure that the money works. Please, I need you to recap that side so that we'll really understand what you're saying.
Okay. Right now, what I'm saying that the reason that merchant is very very important in TBC community right now. Do you get me right now? Is that it's going to
Yeah,
bring automatic exchange without bank
yeah,
getting involved. Do you get me right? For example, now I'm Mr. A. Do you get me right? Mr. Godson is Mr. B.
okay,
Get me right. Okay. I
okay,
do accept 50% TBC, 50% cash in my business. Mr. B doesn't accept 50% TBC, 50% cash in his business. And in the same business you are doing, do you get me right? Take, for example, laptops or phone
mhm.
accessories. Do you get me right? And it happens that with for me to use TBC as my mode of receiving payments, we bring not less than thousands of customers to me in less than 1 month. Do you get me right? I will have most customer more than Mr. B. So Mr. B will be there waiting for people coming for cash to buy goods from them. Unfortunately for him, he might not get all those customers, but he has to bow. And once we introduce Mr. B to
How,
TBC community,
now, how does the merchant make money to sell TBC 100%?
okay. There is I love this question you ask now. To promote TBC costs us a lot. Ayarimo, if you can see that big board you saw it on the block, it cost me a lot to paste it there. Right, TBC cost a lot. Ayarimo, but we need to take the advantage of the merchant promo now to promote TBC without us spending a lot of money. Do you get me right? So you just need wisdom. Let me give you some instances now. Why merchant needs to come in. Are you there with me now? Hello, can you listen to me? So can you hear me now? Is that the network is too bad? So the reason we need to use merchant to bring TBC to what it ought to be. If
How does the merchant make money to in order to sell TBC at hundred
now
percent? That's
no, when it comes to 100%, I am is not possible. It can only
no.
be possible when the merchant produces those goods by themselves. Do you get me right? But for now, every merchant should go on 50% TBC or 20% TBC based on the business they're
Do you
doing.
know the challenge I even have with merchants selling 50% TBC or any
Yeah,
percentage at all?
yeah,
Take, for instance, the phone I'm using is sold at 100,000 naira. That's about $350 or $330.
yeah,
Then a merchant want to sell this same phone with TBC, and
yeah,
he'll be selling TBC $400
yeah,
or $500.
yeah,
I bought it at $300. He's selling it at $500,
yeah,
and he will ask me to pay 20% cash.
yeah,
Okay, no, 20% TBC, 80% cash.
Yeah.
By that 80% cash is already more than the actual cost of phone in the market. So the 20% TBC I am giving to the merchant is a waste and a loss of my TBC
Yeah.
in the name of buying TBC, buying product with TBC. That's the
Yeah.
current thing that's happening among the merchants now as at today. So how can that cut the actual cost of food in
Yeah.
the market? So the 20% TBC I am giving to the merchant is a waste and a loss of my TBC in the name of buying TBC, buying products with TBC. That's the current thing that is happening among the merchants now as at today. So
Okay.
how can that cut the normal, the actual cost of food in
Okay.
the market? So the
Okay.
20% TBC I am giving to the merchant is a waste of my the name of buying buying products. That's the current thing happening
Okay.
and that cut.
Okay. Okay.
My
Okay.
network
Right.
is repeating itself.
Yeah. Network is repeating what he said. I observed that. Um,
Yeah.
network is really repeating it. Right now, based on that young man complaint concerning the current merchants now, those merchants that does that are very greedy. You got me right. The merchants that involve in Sean and art, please, are very very greedy. Okay. Okay.
My
Okay.
network
Right.
is repeating
Um,
itself.
yeah, network is repeating what he said. I observed that. Um, network is really repeating it. Right now, based on that young man complaint concerning the current merchants now, those merchants that does that are very greedy.
That
You got
before.
me right. The merchants that involve in Sean and art, please, are very very greedy.
My network
Right.
is repeating itself.
Yeah, network is repeating what he said. I observed that. Network is really right now, based on that young man those merchants that does
That before.
the merchants that involve are very very
That before.
okay. I think that is now okay now. So, like what I was saying, that those merchants that does that, that raise the price of goods to in the name of selling with TBC, they are very very greedy. We shouldn't accept such matter in TBC community. What we need is if this thing if the phone here worth 50,000 US dollars, it should be 50,000 US dollars. If it was now okay now. If it was 10,000 US dollars, let it be 10,000 US dollars. So actually, right now, we don't need such matter in TBC community. We need to use our wisdom now. Let's see what we can do to make sure that TBC is being respected and being guided. 50,000 US dollars, it should be 50,000 US dollars. If it was if it was 10,000 US dollars, let it be 10,000 US dollars. So actually, right now, we don't is such matter in the community. We need to use our wisdom now. Let's see what we can do. Make sure that TPC is being respected and being guided. If it was if it was 10,000 years ago, let's use 10,000 years ago. So actually right now, we don't use such matter in the community. We need to use our wisdom now. Let's see what we can do. Make sure that TPC is being respected and being guided. Mm. Okay, it's like I will make some speech here concerning the merchant, and right now, I will, what I was saying then that any merchant that increases the price of goods to accept TPC as part of payment is a greedy those merchant not merchant, they are scammers. So you don't, there is no need for you to increase the price of goods when you know that you're competing with other merchants. So for now, this meeting will end for now because this meeting is right now. I, what I was saying then that